How cats choose their favorite person. If you live in a house with more than one person and a cat, you've probably noticed something strange. Everyone feeds the cat, everyone pets the cat, but somehow the cat only has eyes for one person. Sometimes it's not even the person who does the most for them. Sometimes it's the one person in the house who barely pays them any attention at all, or the guest who claims to dislike cats entirely. So, why does this happen? It turns out cats aren't picking favorites at random. There are real reasons behind it, rooted in instinct, memory, and trust. And once you understand them, you may start to see your own cat's behavior in a whole new light. By the end of this video, you might even understand exactly why your cat picked you, or why they haven't picked you yet. Trust and safety cats are not naturally trusting animals. In the wild, a cat is both a hunter and something that gets hunted, so their instincts are built around caution. This means that before a cat chooses to love someone, they first have to decide that person is safe. A cat is far more likely to bond with someone who is calm, predictable, and easy to read. Sudden movements, loud voices, and unpredictable behavior all work against you here. This is part of the reason cats often gravitate toward the quietest person in the house, or even someone who claims not to like cats at all. That person isn't chasing the cat around trying to force affection, so the cat feels safe enough to approach on their own terms. This is also why so many cats seem wary of young children. It's not that cats dislike kids specifically, it's that kids tend to move fast, grab suddenly, and make unpredictable noises, all things that put a cat's guard up. An older person who moves slowly and speaks softly is, from a cat's point of view, simply a safer bet. Letting a cat approach in their own time rather than reaching for them first is one of the fastest ways to earn that early trust. Reading. Their cues cats communicate constantly, just not with words. A slow blink, a tail flick, an ear turn, a certain kind of meow, these are all messages. The humans who take the time to notice and respond to these signals tend to become a cat's favorite person. This might mean knowing the difference between a cat asking to be fed and a cat asking to be left alone. It might mean noticing when a cat wants to be picked up and when they very much do not. Cats seem to form the strongest bonds with people who treat this communication as a two-way conversation, rather than people who only interact with the cat when it's convenient for them. Think about the last time your cat sat a few feet away and just looked at you, then slowly closed their eyes. That's not nothing. In the feline world, that's closer to a hug. The people who catch these small moments and respond with a slow blink of their own are the ones cats tend to lean toward over time. It's a quiet language, but cats notice exactly who's fluent in it and who isn't. The sound of your voice. Believe it or not, cats can tell the difference between the voices in their household, and they respond differently depending on who is speaking. A calm, soft, familiar voice tends to soothe a cat, while a loud or sharp tone can make them anxious and want to keep their distance. This is one reason cats often seem drawn to older family members or to people who simply speak more gently. Over time, a cat starts to associate a particular voice with comfort, and that association alone can be enough to tip the scales in someone's favor. Food and routine. Food matters, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. It's not just about who fills the bowl, it's about consistency. Cats are creatures of habit, and they take real comfort in routine. The person who feeds them at the same time every day in the same way becomes a source of stability in the cat's world. That said, food alone rarely explains a cat's favorite person. Plenty of cats show more affection towards someone who has never fed them a single meal, which tells you there's more going on beneath the surface. You can see this most clearly with stray or outdoor cats. A cat that gets fed by several households will often still show clear favoritism toward one person, showing up at their door, rubbing against their legs, following them down the street, even when someone else down the block is putting out the exact same food. Feeding builds trust, but it's rarely the whole story on its own. Scent and memory cats have long memories, and a huge part of how they experience the world is through smell. If a certain scent, a certain sound, or even a certain look reminds a cat of someone from their past, good or bad, it can shape how they feel about a person in the present. A cat who was mistreated by someone with a deep voice or a certain cologne might carry that association for years. On the flip side, a cat who was comforted by someone in the past might feel an instant, almost inexplicable pull toward a person who reminds them of that experience. This is part of why a cat's favorite person is sometimes a total mystery to everyone else in the house. Matching energy. Every cat has its own personality, and it turns out cats tend to gravitate toward humans whose energy matches their own. A relaxed, low-key cat will usually prefer a relaxed, low-key person. A playful, high-energy cat is more likely to bond with whoever is willing to get down on the floor and chase a feather toy around the living room. In a sense, cats are looking for a personality that fits, not just a person who's available. Markegia, quality time. Finally, and maybe most importantly, cats respond to quality time, not just quantity of time. Sitting in the same room as a cat is not the same as engaging with them. The person who takes 15 minutes to actually play, brush, or simply talk to the cat is building something deeper than the person who's just physically present all day. Interestingly, researchers who compared toys, food, and human interaction found that cats consistently preferred spending time with a person over almost anything else. So the effort really does matter, even if it doesn't always feel that way. The takeaway. None of this means your cat only loves one person in the house. Cats are capable of caring about everyone they live with. But they will almost always gravitate a little more toward the person who makes them feel safest, who listens the closest, and who shows up for them consistently. If your cat has chosen you, take it as the compliment it is. Earning a cat's trust is not easy, and if they've picked you out of everyone in the house, it means you're doing something right.